and with the Japanese.
Yeah.
So I see Wayne, and he was shell shocked. He'd slam the screen door and he'd have coffee in his hand and it'd just go up in the air. And he was really in bad shape.
Yeah.
So I said, Wayne, I always said when I got big enough I was going to beat your ass. And I weighed about 175 pounds then too. I was in good shape. Played football and all that. Wayne said, well, he said, I'll tell you what. He said, I'll take you and Carl on at the same time. I said, come on. He said, all right, come out in the front yard. Right? We had to go up in the front yard. Everything had to be taken care of. Business in the living room, and the front yard was the fights. And I go out there and I said, Carl, I get in first. Because I'd been waiting for so long, just beat the hell out of Wayne for flipping my head. No respect at all. So I went at Wayne, and I don't remember. I just landed on my ass. He flipped me so quick that I didn't know what happened. So I go after him again, the same thing happened. I couldn't touch him. He just threw me all over the place.
Fast as lightning, huh?
Then he said, what are we fooling around with for? He said, I told you I'd take you and Carl on at the same time. So I said, Carl, you want to try him? So Carl tried getting into Wayne, and Wayne threw him too. Then Carl had been in service over.
Right.
They even taught some sort of athletic event over in Frankfurt in the occupation. So then finally Wayne said, quit fooling around. He said, both of them, come at me, try to get me. And we both could not touch him. He just beat the hell out of us. He learned judo. And he said, I fought Japanese with the damn bayonets coming at me.
Really?
He said, you don't mess around with that.
Christ.
But 120 some pounds, shell shocked. He was like sort of orange colored with quinine or whatever they're feeding him for the malaria. He had to take some sort of medication for it.
Right.
But
Still a badass though, huh?
Oh yeah, when he was over there, he got shell shocked, and he had been with a company previously. Then he got transferred to another company. Anyway, he got shell shocked, and they told him to report to his original company, and that was supposed to be back in Australia. But he took it. One of his original companies was on the front lines. He went up there.
Dove right back in, huh?
He said he wanted to get back at those damn Japanese. He said they killed his friends.
I want to hear Operation Saute.
Oh, you want to hear that one?
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
That is my probably my biggest accomplishment.
This is cool.
We were in Guantanamo Bay, and I was on the destroyer. My job was
Gitmo.
Gitmo. My job was tactical maneuvering and radar navigation, and I was in charge of CIC when any kind of tactical maneuvering, anything went on. So the lieutenant commander, who was the captain of the ship, got word that they were going to have an emergency drill of Operation Sortie. So he gave me a little bit of advice. He said, by the way, the bridge is going to be knocked out, and you're going to have to take it out of here tomorrow morning. So I did a little bit of figuring, not a hell of a lot, because I knew what I was doing anyway. So in the morning, all at once, it was bang, 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 bang. This is the drill operation sortie, all men, man your battle stations, emergency operation sortie. Simulated the bridge has been knocked out. So that was, right away, it pointed to me, I had to do it, right? So I had a little bit of knowledge, so I get in there and I get on the phone and I said, I'm in the radar, I said, away all lines, right 1/3 rudder, full speed astern. And the guy on the bridge said, full speed, I said, full speed astern. I said, you don't need to repeat it, except to acknowledge. So from there, right, 1/3 rudder, full speed astern. Now the lines are all off. The ship starts going boom, 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 you know, catching up with the prop. And it gets out here. Now there was a whole bunch of people on the pier, observers, and I get out to the point where I had room, stop all engines, left full rudder, full speed ahead. That fantail went around and just missed the pier and just flooded everybody on the pier. Then we had a few turns. Now I had to figure the angle of attack, the angle of the turn, the speed of the ship, and the slippage to get dead center in the channel. So you have to, this is pretty complicated. Now by then I'm going 20 knots on the first turn, and then I'm going 30 knots, and then I'm going 30, a little over, 30 was pretty much what it was, until I got right. It was about 4 turns, 3 or 4 turns, and then right out into the open water. And as I went out of the opening, we were going so fast, we were going over 30 knots. And there was a blimp hanger on the left. And the guy's holding ropes, right? Poof, I just drowned. So we get out, the best part is coming. We get out in the open there, and the admiral who had been up on the bridge, he should have worn the brown pants, I guess. Anyway, we got out in the open, and he's just like Jimmy Cagney in one of these movies. Who took us out of this harbor? I said, RD2 Otto, sir. He said, I want to see you on the bridge immediately. And I went up to the bridge and I said, RD2 Otto reporting, sir. You took us out of this harbor? And I said, yes, sir. He said, do you realize you jeopardized every man on this ship taking us out of that harbor at full speed? I said, sir. I said, I understood it was emergency operation sortie. And I said, in emergency, I do the best I can. And I said, at no time were we anywhere but dead center in the channel. And he turned to the captain and he said, is he right? The captain said, yes, sir. And the admiral said, well, I know one goddamn thing for sure. He said, that record will never be broken.